What's up? I hope you're having a lovely day. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to properly wash your e-bike the safe way. This is my 2026 Eride Pro SR. As you can see, she's much overdue for a wash. Grass everywhere, all in the back, all in the rear shock as well. Dirt everywhere. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to properly and safely wash your e-bike the correct way to make sure it doesn't break or damage anything on your e-bike when you're washing it. The first step of what you're going to want to do is actually take out the battery. I currently have my battery charging, so I'm going to go ahead, disconnect it from the power, disconnect it from the main connectors, and take the battery out. Alright, so we've got the bike here, with the battery ready to unplug. We can go ahead and unplug the battery, get it out, and get out of the way. I didn't actually notice until now because this is the first time I've taken the battery out. But the SR actually has two connectors that are separate from the battery itself. With the 3.0, you just have one connector that actually plugged into the battery side. But with this one, you guys can see it from camera up there. But this one actually has two, which is actually like, it makes sense, but I'm just surprised to see on the SR because I just not expecting it. But yeah, we go ahead, take these two connectors out and get it out. Alright, so the battery is all taken out. Now the next step that you're going to want to do is you're going to grab all your connectors that are in your battery, and you're going to want to get them all together, and you're going to want to get a Ziploc bag, put them all in the Ziploc bag and tie it up. I'll go ahead and do it now, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's finished. Alright, as you can see, we've got the three connectors here from the battery and the mains connector. We're just going to go ahead, get a Ziploc bag plus a zip tie, and you're just going to want to shove the three wires into the Ziploc bag and obviously tie it around. With the main battery connectors, I like to double wrap it, so I like to put one plastic bag on, zip tie it, and then get another one around that and zip tie that one, just to be safe, as these ones are the most important leads that you do not want getting wet on your e-bike. So we're going to go ahead, shove them in here just like this. Once you got all your wires in there nicely, you're just going to want to go ahead, grab a zip tie. It doesn't really matter what length as long as it fits. Grab your zip tie, wrap it around the back here, and simply just connect it together. Once you've got that first one, you're going to get some pliers or side cutters just like this, and simply just snip away the excess wire as it's not needed, and it'll just get in the way of putting the other plastic bag. Once you've done that, obviously you're going to grab your second plastic bag, just shove it in there like so, and repeat the same process as in step one, with obviously zip tying it around and making sure it's all secure so no water can obviously get in there. Because you can see, we've now got all three leads and wires all protected. This will obviously protect it from water getting inside the bag, anything like that, especially with the double Ziploc bag. That'll just give you a little bit of extra protection. Once you've done that, you can just go ahead, shut your battery compartment. This also goes for Sur-Rons, e-bikes, fat boys, anything like that. You just follow the same basic simple steps as this and you should be all good. Now this next step only applies if you have an e-bike that has like controls on the main actual handlebars itself. Obviously we got all the modes and all the parks and horns and switches and stuff in this. It's going to be a sort of pretty much exact same step as you did with the battery leads. You just want to get another Ziploc bag, pull it up to the part where it reaches around all your connectors, and just zip tie the end of it. Once you've done that, obviously zip tie it and you'll be sweet to go. So we're just going to go ahead, pull it as much as you can without breaking the bag to get as much length as you can. And once you've done it and got it all nice and tied up, you're just going to want to grab another zip tie and zip tie like you did with the battery leads. Alright, one side's done. Same thing as earlier. If you want, always you can snip this. I'm just going to leave it because, well, I'm not putting another bag of this. I'm going to only double bag the actual battery leads themselves. But yeah, once you go ahead, done this, obviously do the other side and it's ready to wash. After you've done all those steps, you're ready to wash your bike. I've moved my bike out here. I prefer to put it on a stand. I have to do it to wash it, obviously, but I prefer to put it on a stand just as it makes it easier to reach the bash guard, the control, and all the other bits and stuff you could easily miss. But before we start getting to wash, let's just give it a little bit of a walk around, show you guys how messy it is and stuff. As you can see, all up the rear mud guard there, all in the rear mud guard, covering the brake light, all in the motor as well. Front mud guard, obviously you're also going to want to not forget to get under your front mud guard as it does get a bit dirty. Tires as well, and fork guards, all of it's absolutely caked. So I put about I think about 600 kilometers on this bike now. I haven't washed it once. This is the first wash this bike is getting. Obviously you should be washing your bikes more. I've just been slacking hard because I've been having so much fun riding it. It's a blast to ride. But yeah, Also, do not pressure wash any of your e-bikes at all. You could get away with it on something like a Stark Varga with the actual proper e-motos, but anything like an Eride, Sur-Ron, Talaria, never pressure wash. Don't even think about pressure washing, as you will definitely ruin something. And also, try not to get too much water around this area, as this is where the controller is and all your main wires are. So you're not going to want to you're going to want to try and keep as much water away from this area of the bike as possible. Before hosing the bike to anything, I like to grab some of the motorcycle cleaner. You can get this stuff anywhere, from super cheap, any bike shops really, they will all sell this stuff. This one specifically called Muck Off, and what it does, you just give it a pre-spray before you start washing and hosing it down. It just eats away at the dirt, makes it easier, and just loosens it all, making it way easier to come up. But yeah, you can pick this up from like super cheap auto, any car shop really, or any bike stores. They all sell stuff something similar like this. If not this, they'll have something very similar. I'm now just going to go around with a spray bottle, spray Muck Off on all areas around the bike, let it soak for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then you can start hosing it down. Alright, I've just finished spraying down the whole bike. I'm going to go ahead, let it sit for about 5-10 minutes. It really depends for how long you want to let the bike soak for. It always depends on actually how messy and how muddy the bike is. Obviously, if you're out here in trails, your bike's all muddy, the mud's dry, you're going to let it sit for like 10 to 15 minutes, get a little bit longer, just to make sure it really gets in there, loosens up the grit and all the dirt. Because mine's just really grass and a little bit of dust, I'm going to let it sit for about 5 minutes. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and get the hose and hose it off. Alright, it's been about 7 minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and start washing the bike. Obviously, keep in mind to avoid this whole area here with the controller and all the main wires and stuff, especially under here with the motors and all the extra leads and connectors. I don't know if you can see them in there. Just be careful to avoid those areas. Not avoid them, but just don't get too much water around those areas, as it could cause damage. And obviously, you don't want the damage. But I'm going to go ahead, get the hose, get the water turned on. I'm going to start washing it. As you can see, finished hosing the bike down. It's looking way better than it was. Now, this next step is optional, but if you want your bike looking especially clean and brand new, this step will be for you. And if you're not doing this next step, just skip to the timestamp I've put above here to get to the next step of what you guys should be doing for the ones who aren't doing this extra step. Alright, now next step, you're going to want to grab yourself some car wash. Doesn't matter what car wash really. This is just from super cheap, gold class, nothing too expensive, nothing crazy. You're just gonna go ahead, fill up a bucket, get your sponge or whatever you use to wash, and just go around the whole bike and the whole frame and just wash and rub every surface that you can see. Obviously, making sure to be careful of the control when doing the controller area, not the top battery compartment area. Be careful when doing that to make sure no water gets in any place you don't want it to. But yeah, I'm just gonna go around, wash all the tires, because as you can see, the wash did made it a lot better. But as you can see up close, you can still see all like dirt and sand and stuff and spots of stuff that are still there. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, set the camera back up, and yeah, give it a wash. So we finished washing this side. Just gonna go ahead and hose it down, and then we're gonna move on to the other side. Alright, the bike is fully washed off, fully hosed. Now next step you want to do is grab some form of high pressure air. I'm just using a leaf blower as it's really easy, but I've also got the compressor. You can also use compressor, really anything that's got a high airflow, use that, dry off all the surfaces on the bike, especially around here. You want to get all the water that gets trapped in here, you want to get all that out, blow that out, open your battery lid to do so, as it makes it easier. And yeah, blow all the water off. After that, should be looking clean. we've got the bike back in the garage. She's looking way cleaner than she was before. Obviously, got all the dirt, sand, mud, all of it's shined up. Tires, everything's looking way better than it was. Now, after you finish blowing everything off, drying everything off, the last step you're going to want to do is get some chain lube and just spray it along the whole chain, as this will help protect the chain and make your chain last longer. Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped teach you how to properly and safely wash your e-bike so it doesn't get damaged. Don't forget to subscribe, as I have a few more good video ideas coming out over the next coming weeks that I hopefully want to film. Couple ride-outs will be going to, hits and trails, maybe a camping video. I really want to do a camping video with Bailey on his Eride 3.0, as I think that would be a great idea. But yeah, I hope this video helped. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.